Imagine waking up to a mental landscape where every thought you nurture has the power to reshape your entire existence. A mind so fierce, so calm, it turns hardship into growth instead of despair. This isn't some distant fantasy. It's the profound wisdom left by Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic emperors, whose words continue to unlock an unmatched power to heal and transform. In this video, we dive deep into 12 of his most potent quotes, each a living spark that challenges how we face obstacles, interpret suffering, and master our inner world. You'll discover why Marcus urges us to see obstacles not as dead ends, but as essential steps on the path toward genuine resilience and personal evolution. You'll feel the shifting of your perspective as the video reveals how your mind's interpretation, not external chaos, is the true source of turmoil. It's here, in the art of embracing reality wholeheartedly, including pain and loss, that emotional intelligence is born, granting us a peace that no circumstance can shatter. But perhaps the most radical teaching is the call to detach from what we cannot control. External things, worldly approval, even fleeting happiness, and instead ignite a fierce self-sufficiency rooted deep within. By learning to love what unfolds without clinging or aversion, we gain freedom, the real kind that liberates us from the chains of fears and expectations, and allows us to live fully, powerfully, and with profound gratitude. This journey is not about denying life's difficulties, but transforming them into the very fuel for your growth, resilience, and inner peace. By the end, you won't just hear ancient words. You'll feel them stirring a quiet revolution inside you, inviting you to rewrite your own story with courage, clarity, and unshakable calm. Are you ready to awaken that inner power and let healing begin? 12 quotes from Marcus Aurelius with unmatched power to heal. 1. The mind's alchemy, transforming thoughts into reality. 2. Obstacles as catalysts, growth through adversity. 3. The true source of disturbance, perception over events. 4. Embracing reality, finding peace in acceptance. 5. The power of gratitude, shaping happiness from within. 6. Loving what happens, emotional intelligence in practice. 7. Detachment from the external, regaining control of the self. 8. The illusion of expectations, breaking free from suffering. 9. Self-sufficiency, building an inner fortress. 10. Balance in life, holding on and letting go. 11. The freedom of letting go, releasing what chains us. 12. Living fully, the Stoic path to joy and resilience. If this is making sense to you so far, like the video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. We've explored how Marcus Aurelius invites us to transform our thoughts, see obstacles as fuel for growth, and understand that our perception, not events themselves, is the true source of our inner peace or turmoil. We've touched upon the profound wisdom of embracing reality, cultivating gratitude, and finding a deep emotional intelligence in loving what happens. Now let's delve into the heart of Stoic liberation as we uncover the power that lies in truly mastering our inner world, detaching from the external, and building a life of profound resilience and joy. 7. Detachment from the external, regaining control of the self. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Take away your opinion, and there is taken away the complaint, I have been harmed. Take away the complaint, I have been harmed, and the harm is taken away." This isn't a call to indifference, but a profound invitation to reclaim agency. In a world constantly vying for our attention, our approval, and our emotional energy, This teaching from the Stoic emperor becomes not just ancient wisdom, but a vital survival guide for the modern soul. What does it truly mean to detach from the external? It means recognizing, with crystal clear certainty, the boundary between what is genuinely within your power to influence or change, and what is utterly beyond it. Most of us live our lives blurring these lines, pouring vast amounts of energy, anxiety, and frustration into things that are, frankly, none of our business in terms of direct control. We worry about market fluctuations, the opinions of strangers on social media, the political climate, the weather, what our colleagues think of us, or whether a project will succeed despite our best efforts. Marcus would say, these are externals. They are indifferent to your efforts to control them, and your attempts to do so will only yield suffering. Think about a time you were utterly consumed by what someone else thought of you. Perhaps a critical remark from a boss, a slight from a friend, or negative feedback online. How much mental real estate did that occupy? How much joy did it siphon away? The Stoic insight here is that while you cannot control what others say or think, you can control your reaction to it. You can choose whether to internalize it as a personal attack, or to view it as simply an external event, a sound, a collection of words that holds no inherent power over your inner peace unless you granted that power. This is the essence of regressing control of the self. In our hyper-connected world, where algorithms are designed to keep us perpetually reacting to external stimuli, this teaching is more crucial than ever. Social media often becomes a vast arena of externals, likes, shares, comments, trending topics. We get caught in the trap of seeking external validation, allowing our self-worth to become a volatile stock market, rising and falling with every notification. But when we anchor our worth not in these fleeting externals, but in our character, our integrity, our efforts, and our virtues, that's when we build an inner fortress. Detachment isn't about apathy, it's about strategic engagement. It means you still strive, you still care, you still act with purpose and virtue in the world. You work hard on your projects, you engage in meaningful relationships, you try to make a positive impact, but you detach from the outcome. You release the expectation that your efforts must lead to a specific result, or that your value is tied to that result. For instance, you prepare diligently for a presentation, deliver it with clarity and passion, and then you let go of whether it receives thunderous applause or quiet acknowledgement. Your work was done, your virtue exercised, your effort expended. The rest is external. This practice of detachment allows for an incredible sense of freedom. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you free up immense mental and emotional energy that can then be redirected towards what truly matters: your character, your actions, your responses. It's the difference between being a ship tossed about by every wave, external events, and being the captain who skillfully navigates the storm, focusing on the rudder, your control, rather than trying to command the wind and sea. To practice this, take a moment each day to identify what you are trying to control that truly falls outside your sphere of influence. Is it the traffic, your colleague's mood, global events? Write them down, acknowledge them, and then consciously release them. Then, identify what is within your control in that same situation. Your patience, your breath, your effort, your perspective. Shift your focus to these internal levers. This isn't just a mental exercise. It's a profound reorientation of your life's energy, leading to a deeper sense of control and an unwavering inner calm that no external chaos can touch. Breaking free from suffering. Do not disturb yourself by picturing your life as a whole. Do not let all the sufferings which you have gone through and will have to go through all at once overwhelm you. Marcus Aurelius, with remarkable prescience, understood a fundamental truth about human suffering. Much of it stems not from what actually happens, but from our expectations about what should happen, or what we project into the future. It's the gap between our imagined reality and the actual reality that often becomes the fertile ground for disappointment, frustration, anger, and anxiety. Consider the daily grind of modern life. We set ambitious goals for our careers, relationships, and personal development. We expect a smooth commute, a productive workday, a harmonious family dinner, a rewarding vacation. And then, reality often intervenes. A sudden setback at work, a conflict with a loved one, a canceled flight, an unexpected illness. If our happiness and peace are rigidly tied to these expectations being met, then these inevitable deviations from the script become sources of immense suffering. We feel cheated, wronged, or simply overwhelmed. The Stoics were keenly aware of this trap. They practiced premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, which isn't about being pessimistic, but about realistically anticipating that things might not go as planned. It's about mentally preparing for potential difficulties, not to invite them, but to inoculate ourselves against the shock and despair when they do occur. For example, instead of expecting your morning commute to be seamless, you might anticipate traffic, a delayed train, or a frustrating driver. By doing so, if the commute is smooth, it's a pleasant bonus. If it's chaotic, you're not caught off guard. You've already mentally rehearsed your response, which might be patience, a deep breath, or a shift in perspective. This doesn't mean you stop striving for positive outcomes or that you give up on planning. Far from it. You still make your best effort. You still set goals. You still hope for success. But you do so with an underlying understanding that the world is indifferent to your desires, and circumstances are often beyond your control. Your happiness, then, is not held hostage by the fickle hand of fate. It rests on your ability to adapt, to accept, and to find meaning, regardless of the outcome. Think about how many times we suffer from social expectations. We expect friends to respond to texts immediately, partners to anticipate our needs, or family members to act in a certain way during holidays. When these expectations aren't met, even if they were unspoken and perhaps unfair to begin with, we experience hurt, anger, and resentment. The illusion here is that others should conform to our mental blueprints for them. Marcus Aurelius would remind us that others, like external events, are beyond our control. Their actions are their own. Our only domain is our reaction. Breaking free from the illusion of expectations allows you to engage with life as it actually unfolds, rather than constantly warring with an idealized version of it. It's about cultivating a radical acceptance of what is. This acceptance isn't resignation. It's wisdom. It frees up tremendous mental energy that would otherwise be spent in futile resistance or regret. When you learn to detach from the expectation of comfort, you can find resilience in discomfort. When you let go of the expectation of constant happiness, you can appreciate moments of joy more profoundly and navigate moments of sadness with greater equanimity. In our consumption-driven society, we're constantly bombarded with messages that cultivate expectations. The expectation of instant gratification, constant entertainment, effortless success, and perfect happiness. These create a fertile ground for suffering. The Stoic path, however, encourages us to lower these externally imposed expectations and raise our internal standards. Expect less from the world and more from yourself in terms of virtue, resilience, and wisdom. This shift fundamentally alters your relationship with life. It transforms you from a victim of circumstance into an active participant, capable of finding peace and purpose, even amidst the inevitable uncertainties and hardships of existence. By consciously recognizing and challenging our expectations, especially the unspoken ones, we begin to dismantle the mental prisons we inadvertently build for ourselves. We move from a state of constant want and anxiety to a state of profound contentment, recognizing that true freedom comes not from everything going our way, but from our ability to find our way no matter what happens. 9. Self-sufficiency. Building an inner fortress. One of Marcus Aurelius's most powerful admonitions echoes through time. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig. This isn't just poetic language. It's the core of Stoic self-sufficiency, a radical call to find your strength, peace, and contentment not in the fleeting external world, but deep within yourself. In an age where we are constantly told to look outside ourselves for validation, entertainment, and even identity, this ancient wisdom offers a potent antidote, guiding us to build an unshakable inner fortress. What does it mean to be truly self-sufficient in the Stoic sense? It doesn't mean isolating yourself or refusing help. It means ensuring that your fundamental well-being, your sense of purpose, and your tranquility are not dependent on external variables. It means that while you appreciate external goods, your relationships, your career, your health, your possessions, you understand that they are all preferred indifference. They are nice to have, but not essential for your moral flourishing or your inner peace. The essential lies within. Your capacity for reason, your virtue, your character. Consider the modern obsession with external validation. Our self-worth is often tied to how many likes we get, what titles we hold, how much money we earn, or what others say about us. This creates a brittle sense of self, constantly vulnerable to the whims of the external world. A critical comment, a job loss, a financial downturn, and suddenly our self-esteem crumbles. The Stoic, however, builds their self-worth on an internal foundation. Their commitment to wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These are things that no one can take away from you. Your integrity, your honesty, your capacity for kindness, these are entirely within your control and are the true sources of your inner wealth. This inner fortress also protects us from the tyranny of external desires. We are constantly barraged by messages that tell us we need more, a new gadget, a bigger house, a different experience to be happy or complete. This endless pursuit of external gratification creates a cycle of temporary satisfaction followed by renewed craving, leaving us perpetually unfulfilled. Marcus Aurelius encourages us to break this cycle by recognizing that true fulfillment comes from aligning our actions with our virtues, from living in accordance with reason and nature. When your sense of purpose is rooted in doing good, living wisely, and maintaining your character, you become less susceptible to the allure of fleeting pleasures and more deeply satisfied by your inner state. Think about how many anxieties stem from things that are external. We worry about losing our jobs, our health, our loved ones, our possessions. While these are natural concerns, the Stoic path teaches us to prepare for their potential loss by strengthening our internal resolve. If your happiness is wholly dependent on having your job, then losing it is catastrophic. But if your happiness is rooted in your capacity to adapt, to learn, to contribute, and to maintain your virtue even in adversity, then a job loss, while challenging, becomes an opportunity to exercise those inner strengths, not a complete shattering of your world. Building this inner fortress is an ongoing practice. It involves regular self-reflection, examining our motives, our reactions, and our values. It means consciously choosing how we respond to events, rather than simply reacting impulsively. It means cultivating a robust inner dialogue, where you are your own wisest counselor, asking, "Is this truly within my control? Is this aligned with my virtues? Am I seeking external validation or internal integrity?" Ultimately, self-sufficiency, in the Stoic sense, is the path to true freedom. When you are not beholden to external circumstances, to the opinions of others, or to the dictates of consumer culture, you become truly free to live a life dictated by your highest self. This inner strength, this wellspring of good that Marcus speaks of, is always available to you, waiting to be tapped. It requires consistent effort, digging, balance in life, holding on and letting go. Pass through this brief span of time in harmony with nature, and come to your final rest gracefully, as a ripe olive falls, blessing the soil that nurtured it, and giving thanks to the tree that bore it. This beautiful metaphor from Marcus Aurelius speaks to a profound Stoic principle, the art of balance, knowing what to hold on to and what to gracefully let go of. It's a nuanced wisdom, recognizing that while detachment from externals is crucial, we are not called to be passive or disengaged. We are active participants in life, meant to contribute, to strive, and to love, all while maintaining an inner equilibrium. The Stoic concept of balance is not about a rigid equality between two opposing forces, but about intelligent discernment. It's about knowing when to exert effort and when to accept, when to fight for what's right, and when to let go of futile resistance. We hold on to our virtues, our responsibilities, our commitments, and our efforts. We let go of outcomes, expectations, resentments, and the need to control the uncontrollable. Consider your professional life. You dedicate yourself to your work. You strive for excellence. You collaborate with colleagues, and you pour your creativity into projects. This is holding on to your duty, your craft, and your commitment to doing good work. But simultaneously, you let go of the absolute necessity of a promotion, of receiving all the credit, or of the project unfolding exactly as you envisioned. You do your best, and then you accept what follows, understanding that many factors beyond your control influence the final result. This allows you to engage fully without the crushing weight of attachment to specific, rigid outcomes. In personal relationships, this balance is equally vital. We hold on to our love, our loyalty, our willingness to support and connect. We invest in our relationships, communicate openly, and offer empathy. This is essential for building strong bonds. But we also learn to let go of trying to control the other person's emotions, choices, or trajectory. We release the expectation that they must act in a certain way to fulfill our needs or validate our existence. This healthy detachment allows for genuine connection, free from the suffocating grip of possessiveness or unrealistic demands. It fosters a love that is expansive, not contractive, recognizing the autonomy and freedom of the other. Grief, too, presents a poignant example of this balance. When we lose a loved one, we hold on to their memory, the lessons they taught us, and the love we shared. These are treasures to be cherished. But we must also learn to let go of the physical presence, the past moments that cannot be relived, and the natural human tendency to resist the reality of loss. It's a delicate dance of remembrance without clinging, of honoring without being consumed. The olive falling gracefully from the tree, giving thanks to the soil, symbolizes this natural cycle of life, death, and renewal, all embraced with acceptance and gratitude. This stoic balance invites us to engage with life wholeheartedly, with all our passion and conviction, but without clinging to the results or external circumstances as the source of our inner peace. It's about being fully present in the moment, appreciating the beauty of what is, while simultaneously accepting the impermanence of all things. It's an active, engaged acceptance, not a passive resignation. The challenge in modern life is that we are often encouraged to either clutch everything tightly, material possessions, status, relationships, or to give up entirely in the face of adversity. Stoicism offers a third path: to actively participate, to exert virtuous effort, to care deeply, but to maintain an inner spaciousness, a willingness to let go when necessary. This balance protects us from both the despair of loss and the anxiety of constant striving. It allows us to live fully, to appreciate the richness of existence, and to come to our rest, as Marcus says, gracefully, having played our part with virtue and equanimity, blessing the life that nurtured us. It's a path to dynamic tranquility, where action and acceptance are not adversaries, but partners in a well-lived life. 11. The freedom of letting go, releasing what chains us. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Marcus Aurelius's words invite us to consider the immense burden we carry by clinging to things that no longer serve us, things that paradoxically prevent us from truly living. This is the profound freedom of letting go, releasing the mental and emotional chains that bind us, whether they are fears, regrets, resentments, or attachments to specific outcomes. Think about the sheer weight of what we carry. We hold on to past hurts, replaying arguments, revisiting perceived slights, nursing old wounds. This isn't just an emotional burden, it's a mental tax, consuming precious cognitive resources that could be directed towards building a better present or envisioning a healthier future. Marcus Aurelius would ask, what purpose does this serve? Does clinging to resentment change the past? Does it heal you? Or does it merely chain you to a moment that has already passed, preventing you from fully inhabiting the present? The freedom of letting go means recognizing that forgiveness, particularly of yourself and others, is not primarily for the sake of the other person, but for your own liberation. It's about cutting the cords that bind you to a narrative of victimhood or regret. Similarly, we often find ourselves chained by fears of the future. The fear of failure, the fear of loss, the fear of not being enough. We project anxieties onto tomorrow, imagining scenarios that may never come to pass, yet we suffer them intensely in the present moment. Marcus's wisdom reminds us that the future is just a series of present moments. And just as we navigate today's challenges with reason and resilience, we will be equipped to face whatever tomorrow brings. Worrying about tomorrow doesn't make you prepared, it makes you suffer twice. Letting go of this debilitating anxiety allows you to focus your energy on what you can control in the now, your preparation, your effort, your response. Our attachment to specific outcomes is another powerful chain. We become so fixated on a particular result, a promotion, a perfect relationship, a grand success, that if anything deviates, we feel shattered. This attachment becomes a fragile foundation for our happiness. The freedom of letting go means striving with all your might, applying your virtues, and then releasing the vice-like grit on the exact outcome. It means being open to different possibilities, trusting that you have the inner resources to adapt and find purpose, even if things don't unfold precisely as you wished. This liberates you from the anxiety of control and opens you up to the richness of emergent possibilities. Consider the external approvals we crave. We often mold our actions, our words, even our identities, to gain the approval of others, our peers, our family, society. This desire for external validation becomes a chain, preventing us from living authentically. The freedom of letting go means realizing that your worth is intrinsic, not externally granted. It means choosing to live in alignment with your own values and virtues, even if it means standing apart or facing criticism. This courage to be your authentic self, independent of external applause or censure, is a profound liberation. In our consumer-driven world, we are also chained by endless desires and attachments to material possessions. We believe that acquiring more will bring us lasting happiness, only to find that the satisfaction is fleeting and the desire for the next thing quickly resurfaces. Letting go here means cultivating contentment with what you have, recognizing that true wealth is not in possessions but in character, peace of mind, and meaningful relationships. It's about consciously detaching from the idea that happiness can be bought or accumulated. The path to this freedom is paved with conscious awareness and practice. It involves regularly examining what you are holding on to, asking yourself if it truly serves your flourishing. Is this thought, this resentment, this fear, this attachment bringing you peace or distress? Is it within your control? If not, can you consciously choose to loosen your grip, to release it, allowing yourself to be unburdened? This process of letting go is not passive resignation. It is an active, deliberate choice to liberate your inner self from the self-imposed prisons of mind. It allows you to move through life lighter, more agile, and more fully present, truly experiencing the unburdened joy of genuine freedom. 12. Living fully. The Stoic path to joy and resilience. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This isn't just a simple maxim. It's the summation of Marcus Aurelius's profound philosophy, inviting us to understand that Stoicism, far from being a grim or emotionless philosophy, is the ultimate path to living fully, a blueprint for experiencing deep joy and cultivating unshakable resilience. It's about embracing every aspect of existence, the beautiful and the challenging, with eyes wide open, informed by wisdom, and guided by virtue. To live fully, in the Stoic sense, is to engage with life with complete presence and purpose. It means being fully aware of the present moment, rather than perpetually dwelling on the past or anxiously projecting into the future. It's about tasting your food with full appreciation, listening intently when someone speaks, feeling the sun on your skin, and truly engaging with your tasks, whatever they may be. This presence, fostered by mindfulness, is where joy truly resides, not in the frantic pursuit of external pleasures, but in the profound richness of the now. Resilience, too, is a cornerstone of living fully. Life will inevitably present hardships, losses, and setbacks. The Stoic path doesn't promise to remove these obstacles. It promises to equip you with the inner tools to navigate them with strength and grace. It's the resilience that comes from knowing that while external circumstances may shake your world, your inner fortress of virtue, reason, and character remains unassailable. When you embrace the dichotomy of control, when you understand that your perception is the true source of disturbance, when you practice loving what happens, you build an inner strength that allows you not just to survive adversity, but to learn from it, grow from it, and even find purpose within it. This philosophy teaches us that true joy is not found in the absence of pain or discomfort, but in the virtuous response to life's challenges. When you act with courage in the face of fear, with justice in the face of unfairness, with wisdom in the face of confusion, and with temperance in the face of temptation, you are exercising your highest human capacities. This exercise of virtue is, for the Stoics, the ultimate source of eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or a well-lived life. It's a deep, abiding contentment that transcends fleeting moods and external circumstances. Living fully, then, is about being an active participant in your own moral development. It's about consistently asking yourself, what would a virtuous person do in this situation? And striving to align your actions with that ideal. It's about taking responsibility for your thoughts and reactions, understanding that you have the power to shape your inner landscape, regardless of what external storms rage. This self-mastery is the ultimate freedom, allowing you to dictate your inner state rather than having it dictated by the chaotic external world. Consider the joy of connect. Stoicism doesn't advocate for isolation. Instead, it encourages us to engage deeply and virtuously with others, to be just, kind, and empathetic. It teaches us to cherish our relationships while also understanding the impermanence of all things. This allows for a deeper, more profound love, free from the anxieties of possessiveness or unrealistic expectations, appreciating the preciousness of each shared moment. The Stoic path to joy and resilience is not about becoming unfeeling or emotionless. It's about becoming a master of your emotions, understanding their transient nature and choosing how you respond to them. It's about embracing the full spectrum of human experience, the highs and the lows, with a quiet confidence, knowing that you possess the inner resources to face whatever comes. It's about finding gratitude for what is, accepting what cannot be changed, and having the courage to change what can be. Ultimately, Marcus Aurelius's teachings are a profound invitation to live a life of meaning, purpose, and inner peace. They are a call to awaken the power within you, to cultivate a mind that transforms hardship into growth, and to navigate the complexities of modern existence with an unshakable calm. By focusing on the quality of your thoughts, by exercising your virtues, and by embracing the wisdom of distinction, you are not just surviving. You are truly flourishing, crafting a life of profound joy and enduring resilience, ready for anything. We've journeyed through the profound wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, uncovering 12 potent truths that hold an unmatched power to heal and transform. From transforming our thoughts into reality to embracing the freedom of letting go, each insight is a spark designed to ignite a quiet revolution within you. The core message, echoing through centuries, remains remarkably simple yet profoundly challenging. Your peace, your power, and your flourishing truly depend on the quality of your thoughts. It's not the world that disturbs you, but your judgment of it. It's not what happens to you, but how you choose to respond. that defines your experience. This is the ultimate freedom, the ultimate power, to reclaim sovereignty over your inner world. So I ask you, are you ready to stop being a passive recipient of external chaos and start becoming the conscious architect of your inner peace? Will you choose to see obstacles as catalysts, detaching from what you cannot control, and cultivating a fierce self-sufficiency rooted in virtue? The path to healing, resilience, and true joy begins and ends within you. The ancient wisdom is merely a map. You are the explorer. If this video has stirred something within you, if it has offered a glimpse into the profound strength that lies dormant, waiting to be awakened, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear these words, and leave a comment below, sharing which of Marcus Aurelius's insights resonated most deeply with you today. Your thoughts and reflections not only enrich this community, but also reinforce your own commitment to this transformative journey. Until next time, keep digging within.